Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. We are joined by Bloomberg's Kriti Gupta. And Kriti, let's start with Tesla. Of course, there's been so much volatility around this stock. Now we're getting delivery numbers. Good morning.
Good morning, Nathan. We absolutely are. And Tesla is one of those stocks, to your point, that moves with the wind, if you will. Some of it was associated with the Trump trade. Some of it was associated, of course, the EV trade. And now it's a lot of retail volume there. Nevertheless, it is, of course, one of the biggest companies in the S&P 500. So that's going to be something to watch. You mentioned those delivery numbers. We're getting some of the China numbers as well. And this is kind of a second piece of data from some of the numbers we had got in terms of sales in their APAC region yesterday as well. So keep in mind that some of this is already kind of priced in. But Tesla China's March deliveries are down about 11.5% year over year. This is preliminary data from the China Passenger Car Association. So we are still waiting for those final numbers. The sales here, though, are what matters. What you need to know is that Tesla is not doing as well in China as it once was. And that is this message that we had gotten yesterday as well. Shares are dropping quite a bit, down about 2.4% this morning. TSLA is your ticker, $262 a share. It is your biggest move to the downside, or downside mover, I should say, in the S&P 500 when on a pre-market basis. So really keep an eye on that. But right on its heels, dropping this morning, is Palantir shares. This is another major company that has partnerships with a lot of the hyperscalers, is very much an AI play this morning, and is, again, also very volatile, like Tesla, dropping quite a bit. PLTR is your ticker, down about 2.4% this morning. And like I said, this is one of those very volatile stocks like Tesla. So keep an eye. They tend to trade together on that kind of technology momentum trade that we like to keep an eye on. I'm going to go sector by sector here, Nathan, because it is, of course, Liberation Day, as Donald Trump likes to call it. And that does mean that tech is very much in focus in terms of the reciprocity that you're going to get, not just from China, but the EU as well. And that is going to hit the supply chains, potentially, of a lot of these names. Amazon is front and center there. AMZN down about 1.1%, trading at $190 a share. Similar story in the chip sector, with the likes of Qualcomm seeing quite a bit of heavy volume this morning. QCOM is your ticker there, down about 0.9%, $151 and change. But Nathan, that is a lot of doom and gloom. Let me give you at least one positive this morning, if I can, and that is Charles Schwab, SCHW, your biggest upside mover in the S&P 500 this morning, higher by about 1.7%. This is coming off of a call over at Citi, upgrading the stock from a neutral to a buy, a price target of about $102 a share. It was previously rated at about an $82 share mark. It's trading right now at about $79. So again, from pretty big upside there. The firm's seeing potential for an improving net new asset story, as Schwab quotes, shifts to the offense. Now, some spicy words there from Citi, but enough to move the stock. Charles Schwab higher by about 1.4%.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.